Yeah, we only need 18 seats, and the goal would be we take Nancy Pelosi out as Speaker. If people want to join us, go to takethehouse.com. But just imagine the last week. The president's amazing State of the Union, acquitted for life the next day, killing another terrorist. Yep. One of the best jobs numbers one more time, that we have one of the strongest economies. And the Democrats' week, they had a problem with turnout in Iowa. They had a temper tantrum by the Speaker. And then the truth came forward on impeachment. What a great contrast between the two. Well, unbelievable. That's why we only need 18 seats, but there are 30 Democrats who are currently sitting in seats that President Trump carried. So if it's like you or your viewers want to do something about it and make sure this Speaker can no longer be Speaker, cannot impeach this president again, you takethehouse.com and we'll show you the candidates that we can actually make a difference.
Get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, we just put 11 years of radio excellence into the can. Now, in our 12th year, the Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air.
Harvard and Yale outed as having received at least $6.5 billion in unreported contributions and grants from places like Red China, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. I call this frightening, but I believe it's just the tip of the iceberg. This unregulated cash has enabled enemies to push agendas from anti-Semitism, anti-Christianity, pro-jihad, socialism, communism. They have infiltrated with students and professors who have been sent as part of these deals with student professional organizations determining who gets to speak at these universities, at these schools, who gets to write in their newspapers, and whom they can banish. They are prepping foreign and domestic spies to graduate to the swamp, the DOJ, FBI, State Department, Department of Defense, White House, NSA, and judges who are trained to be anti-American, pro-world, pro-UN, and socialists and communists. I think this has been going on all over the country for at least 70 years plus, to the point that socialism, in spite of its massive failures, is in the low 40s of approval by our country. And announced socialist communists like Bernie and company are primed to be the leaders of the Democratic Communist Party. Every Supreme Court justice has gone to Harvard and Yale, including the head justice, John Roberts. Let me point out that he is the judge who appointed all of the FISA judges. And those judges wrongly doled out warrants to surveil innocent Americans who happened to be in the Trump campaign. That would be Carter Page and George Papadopoulos. These creatures who come out of these schools, especially in the D.C. Beltway, they party with each other. They play golf. They go out to eat. They call each other on the phone and have conversations. They consider each other good friends. Here's the problem. Our president is the first president to call out this two-tier justice system, the swamp and the rest of us. But after the 2-year Sessions debacle, he hired Attorney General Barr, who then hired John Durham. So far, all talk, no walk. While Trump supporters were illegally surveilled 4 years ago, and 2 FBI directors lied, none of them has yet, the directors that is, none of them has yet been indicted. So the question is, can Barr raise above his swamp creds to go against pals like Comey, McCabe, Mueller? Or will he just slither down with the rest of the bottom feeders and protect the lizards who tried to overthrow the election and that failing tried to overthrow a duly elected president? No justice, no peace. Barr, history is watching. Or am I wrong? Hey, this is Dave Weinbaum. I'm here with, radio station owner Steve Wheeler, who I better watch my P's and my Q's, and my lovely bride. Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Lisa Strausser Weinbaum.
Happy first Valentine's Day as a husband and wife.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, that's very sweet, and you're a sweet person sometimes, and you went to the doctor, and now you can drive. My girl can drive.
Left-handed.
I was kind of wondering, is she not coming in, or you got your driving privileges?
Lock me in the house again.
But wait a minute. I see that light, and it's on. That must mean we have our caller. I have no idea who this is, JJ, but what's your name and where are you calling from?
Well, this is JJ from beautiful Rolla, Missouri, and Dave, after that monologue, Bubba, that's a hard act to follow.
That was a pretty good one. I like that one myself because, nobody's really talking about this, the totality of the swamp and where all this came from. And that story about the Yale and Harvard getting all that money, I mean, I think they just scratched the surface of that.
Oh, probably.
So what's under your tinfoil hat today, sir? Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. First off, Iowa caucus. My Lord, this thing was a disaster.
Hey, we gotta play your song first. There you go. Can't let that go. No. Yeah. Blood in your face. You big disgrace. Everybody. We will rock you, Lisa.
Rock on.
We will rock you.
Tell him, JJ.
Buddy, you're a young man, hot man, shouting in the street. You're gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace. All
right, my friend. What is under that tinfoil hat of yours?
Well, let's face it. The singing there is not exactly the Mormon Tabernacle.
I don't think that was necessary.
Notice how Lisa and I don't join in.
I don't think that was necessary. I try to be bad because I'm too old to go and have to star and get all these concerts and everything, and have hundreds of thousands of people yelling at me.
Well,
I'm just too old for that.
I don't sing with that intro song because I sound like a frog croaking. I started to mention the Iowa caucus. We beat that pretty well to death, but my comment on that is, these are the people that want to run your health care.
Yeah.
And can you seriously consider any of these clowns to do just that? They can't run a Facebook app and get it right. Couldn't plan a birthday party. Couldn't plan a 3-vehicle parade. And they want to do your health care.
They want to do it all.
So much.
They want it all. They want to control all the colleges. Free education, and they're going to pay off all the bills and stuff, and they will control you via the schools as they have been already.
Well, this is South Central Missouri, and frankly, they're not going to control us. They've got a serious problem if they decide they want to do that.
Yahoo!
We won't go any further into that, but not going to happen here. We won't let that happen here. On the national news, in the national scene, the Roger Stone sentence, Trump, some days I wish he'd just quit tweeting. His comments, I think, are likely to have some of the Dems in the House wanting to impeach him again.
Oh, yeah, they're already talking about it. Right. That and demanding that Barr resign. And I'm not as mad at him as Barr is, but okay, that's fine. I like a guy who tells me what he thinks and when he thinks it, and he's right.
Well, I think,
but he's right about it, and they just happen to come to the same decision at the same time, if you believe them. And okay, well, he's got a right to be pissed off, Barr, and Trump's got a right to be pissed off too, and he's got a freedom of speech. So get over it, Barr. Just tell him to shut up when you're talking about stuff like that, or you're getting stuff like that done. Let's see what he does. You hired the guy. Let him do his job.
I would love to be privy to some of the private conversations that Trump and Barr have had over this. That they'd really burn your eyebrows off. But that Warren suggested that they ought to start some hearings about removing Barr as AG. And
right.
Of course, Warren's a wild-eyed radical, and this is never going to happen. You mentioned the cronyism, Harvard, Yale, and all of that. Barr is, I think, probably one of the few that actually has the white hat on his head out of this whole affair.
Well, so far, but we haven't seen anything yet. And we know he said that Mueller was his pal. And so, he knows all these people. I mean, he grew up in the State Department under George Bush Sr., or was that senior or junior? I'm not sure. But
senior.
Was it senior? Yeah. So he knows all these guys. They were there. They never go. They're there all the time.
The fact is, I think quietly behind the scenes, Barr has directed the DOJ to go after some of these people, at least do some investigating and collect enough evidence to make a decision if they wish to prosecute or not. Yeah. I think that's going to happen. The politics ends up directing a lot of this stuff. We got November elections coming up. We're in the midst of caucuses, primaries, etc. And the question comes down to what is the most politically astute time to announce prosecutions. I think that's probably after the election. I think it's a foregone conclusion Trump is going to.
I disagree. I couldn't disagree more. What do you have going on right now? You have, what's his name, about Roger Stone about to be incarcerated for a process crime, for one, and an alleged threat to somebody who didn't consider it a threat, and the overwhelming amount of evidence that we have that a coup has taken place. So the Democrats are going to run with, look, they got a couple guys in jail, Manafort and Roger Stone. We have convictions. We can prove that there was something to the Russian thing, and we're not going to do anything. I don't think I disagree with you, JJ, respectfully.
I think politically, it's likely they're not going to do anything till after the election. Now, that's just my opinion, and my opinion is worth .02, so who cares? I don't
see how they can't, but you could be right, and I think it's a big mistake. Well, that's what Republicans normally would do, and I don't think Trump is under this normal Republican description. Do you?
No, he's nothing like your typical Republican.
Right.
Nothing at all. He's probably pushing for this to happen prior to. Because, that'd give him a tremendous advantage in the upcoming elections if he can disprove a lot of this stuff, get it thrown out. I think Stone was railroaded. I don't think there's any question about that. And I'm pleased that Barr is looking into this I'm also pleased that the prosecutors quit. That tells me there's some dirt going on there that we haven't heard about yet. One last thing, Dave,
Yes.
and that's the Virginia legislature. They've got a governor there that will rubber stamp anything the legislature spits out. And they're working on gun bans now, and it's getting closer and closer. Now, how does that affect the national? Well, if you look, the Dems are at least there's noise in the Democratic Party about trying to alter our elections by getting rid of the Electoral College.
Right.
When you do that, of course, the population centers have the big say, and those of us out here in the so-called flyover country have no say. Well, if you look, that's happening in Virginia. You've got 3 highly dense population areas that have managed to outrule the rest of the state. Those are controlled by Democrats. They're House and Senator Democrats. And look at the stuff that they're cramming through in that state. If you're a gun owner in that state, you're fixing to be labeled a criminal by a signature.
Yeah, if you're a legal gun owner. If you're not a legal gun owner, well, you don't care about that stuff. In fact, it enhances you having a gun and going out and robbing somebody who just got his guns confiscated. That's how it works.
Only talking about the responsible legal gun owners in
Right.
that state. They are being abused in that state.
Sure.
And I think we ought to watch it carefully because it looks to me like there's some things fixing to happen in Virginia that are going to look like a revolution.
Well, and you got a lot of old time Americans there. This is the birth of our country area, and you got generations and generations of Americans who have lived by the gun and died by the gun, and
yes,
and they're not going to take it lightly. There could be some uprisings there that are going to be a little violent. I think they're going to come for their guns, and they might get a response that isn't what they expected. Maybe.
Wasn't it our first president?
We need to watch carefully.
George Washington, I believe, was a Virginian.
Right.
Yes.
And he did say when the government comes to take
That's
your
right.
guns, it's time for them to stop governing.
Well, yeah. And that's what's happening. It's happening all across the country.
This will prove to be interesting, and I think this is one we need to keep a finger on the pulse of because
Or the trigger.
This may portend things for other states.
Yeah, keep your finger on your trigger, baby.
Well, Dave, that's all I got for a
All
Valentine's
right.
Day.
Well, thank
God
you so
bless
much
you.
for sharing what's under that tinfoil hat, and take a couple days off and start filling that hat later on this week and early next week, and we'll get back to you next week. How's that?
Roger that. I'll see you, Dave.
God bless. All right, that's the opening act, JJ. And do you have another one for me?
Another
Call?
phone call? No.
Okay, and you got something for me there. I know you do.
I've got anything you want. You name it. I got a Sicilian moment. We can
Why don't we
break.
do the Sicilian moment, okay? Thanks. Because I feel like it. It's the Mediterranean in me, you know? I come from a neighborhood so tough, we use 38 specials as toenail clippers. Forget about it. Yeah, you got to have really good aim though, because sometimes you shoot the toes off too. You don't want to forsake the toes just to get a few long toenails there. I usually have my wife do my toenails because she loves my feet.
I wouldn't touch those.
Wait, no. Go along with this. It's a bit. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I know I should be romantic today, but
Yes.
there's nothing,
brought up toenail.
nothing more appalling than your toenails,
Canceling my
dude.
flower order there. I don't know what the hell's going on
Hey.
with that. Hey, oh, okay, all right. Now you want to be nice.
Yeah.
How about that? All right, you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to take a little break, and soon let me tell you about the show. We got the Rabbi coming on roughly in about 9:30. Elad Hakim, all the way from Boca. We're going to find out about what he thinks about all this legal stuff and whether or not Bar can actually act and do something. Laura the Illuminator, Loomer, from Florida, who is leading her race with Nancy Pelosi's BFF Lois Frankel, DeAnna, Lorraine, and a local gal gone good. That's Faith Ann Majors at 11:30 approximately. So call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. All right, we got another caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Dave. This is Martha from north of Doolittle.
Hiya, Martha. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, all of you there. I was just so touched by that lovely little interlude I just heard between you and Lisa about your toenails. and I just had to call in. Because everybody knows you get your pedicures at Lavish.
Yes, I do. I get my pedicures and my massages, and it's so sweet. It's so, I get into a little outfit. And
you get that, and you get that lovely pink nail polish every
That's
week.
right. Oh, you weren't supposed to say anything about. Now Steve's going to give me hell for the rest of my life.
Martha, I'm wondering, how do you know all this stuff?
Well, I go to Lavish too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, see,
good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, see, they're not supposed to be talking. They're supposed to keep it to themselves. Oh, I'm going to have it out today. I'm going there today to get a massage, by the way. And so is Lisa.
And a pedicure.
And a pedicure.
Well, I don't want to say anymore.
Well, they probably use Dave's feet, to show how great they can make yours look.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's the one
pedicure,
thing. That's the one thing they won't show anybody. Except I'll show them to my wife, but she's just crazy about them, aren't you?
They're horrible.
That's enough.
It should never be allowed in public.
Yeah, come on. What's enough? That's wrong.
Allowed.
Okay, Martha, hi to the old man, and hopefully we'll hear from him later. Thanks, Martha. You have a great Valentine's Day.
Happy
I know you will.
Valentine's Day.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And you know what we ought to do? I think Lisa's been out of work for a long time. I think we ought to have a contest today for a $35 McDonald's gift card and a backwards MAGA hat. What do you think? Are you voting?
Let's
do it. We got two right there, all right? We got JJ and we got Martha.
Okay.
So if you call the show, and you must have content. You just can't call the show and say, I want in the contest. You got to have something, all right?
Okay.
Other than that.
Okay.
And towards the end of the show, about 10 till 12, I will announce the winner and how to get the prize.
Okay.
And in fact, the last person has not gotten the prize that I gave him, and that was Lee from Richland. Although I did give away, he is so generous, we gave away the $35 McDonald's gift card to the Pregnancy Resource Center.
Very cool.
So it's very nice of him to do that. So let's take the break. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
Sydney's at 707 North Pine in Rolla invites you in to enjoy their daily lunch specials. And coming up on February 14th and 15th, Sydney's will have a Valentine's special with 16-ounce prime rib and side, only $24.99 each. Or enjoy the AHA tuna loin with sides, only $24.99 per person. Call 426-3707 for reservations. It's recommended. Also, other specials available for the special night this Valentine's. Remember, it's 2 nights, February 14th and 15th. Sydney's, 707 North Pine in Rolla. Don't miss the fun.
Imagine a choice hand-cut steak seasoned with special spices grilled over mesquite wood. At Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, it's not just imagination. We do this every day at Colton's. We also offer chicken, seafood, sandwiches, and salads, and our homemade yeast rolls. And it happens in the most fun Western-style restaurant you'll ever set foot in. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
All the major newspapers in this country, the legacy media owned by the billionaires, they've all been calling for it. So this has been a work in progress, and they imploded with the Russia investigation in a big way because it was a complete hoax. And then they manufactured this new Ukrainian hoax, which, we're starting to get to the bottom of this hoax. And I think as soon as the whistleblower actually gets called, or the supposed whistleblower gets called before the Senate and conducts an interview, you'll be able to fit the pieces in between the Democrats in the House and their staff who met with the whistleblower and this scam that the ICIG is under, who refuses to provide the evidence for his outlandish claims that you didn't need to have firsthand information.
This is Devin Nunes, congressman from California. I got to meet this guy once when I didn't know who he was. I was at a ball game with Rodney Davis, whose father is a good friend of mine. That's Marty Davis. And he brought Devin Nunes to the game. And I got to talk to the guy. He's a Portuguese, from Portuguese lineage, and he's got a farms in the middle of the San Fernando Valley. Is that what that is? It's kind of up north a little bit, mid California, and they're draining all the darn water there. Millions of gallons of fresh water because of some fish or something. And just like throwing it into and then they have droughts, and then they have fires.
Right.
Crazy stuff.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Wow.
Anyways, real interesting guy. He's turned out to be a real hero. He has gone through the mill too. He's suing media outlets. He's suing other people in the government. Now I don't know if I guess you can sue a fellow guy in the government. I don't know. It's a good thing to maybe I can get why don't you ask that question of Elad? The question of why can't you sue federal government, or can you sue the federal government, and under what circumstances? That would be a good idea.
Yep.
All right, in the meantime, I think we got number 13 coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to hit that, please?
This is Nancy Pelosi.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
You know what's interesting, other than the horses neighing every time her name is mentioned, what's interesting is how nonchalantly she can describe completely destroying and devastating people and their families who have to fight back against lies, slander, libel. And not everybody's a rich person. Not everybody is Donald Trump. All right? And so she's out there telling people how to destroy other people. Americans, not foreigners. God forbid she would ever protest against Iran or terrorists who are killing Americans. You know, they didn't want to kill the Iranian general who was responsible for killing well over 600 Americans and maiming a couple thousand of them. She would never do anything like that to him. Now, to a fellow American, even an American president, she'll rip up his darn State of the Union address. And now what's she doing? She's blaming Trump. She's the victim, she says. Because what did Trump do? He tied her ripping that speech to the people he was introducing. African Americans, the 100-year-old Tuskegee Airman,
right,
who he promoted to general on the spot, 100-year-old,
right,
and his son, who was following in his footsteps, and the black young girl,
a great grandson. That's how old this guy was. Wanted to be in the space troop.
Sure, and the young black girl and her mom, who got into a school in the Baltimore area that was a private school, and now he got her a scholarship. And the family that reunited from Afghanistan when the husband surprised them being arranged by Trump. And yes, Rush Limbaugh getting the honor of his lifetime with the Freedom Medal.
Right.
Okay, this is amazing stuff. And when she ripped at that speech, that's what she ripped up. Okay, and Trump pointed it out, and she didn't want to hear it. She said that was wrong. I don't remember her cutting out the sections in that speech before she ripped it up. Did anyone else see her cut out the sections about the Tuskegee pilot or the rest of the heroes that Trump announced during his SOTU? I don't think so. And she actually yelled at social media to get it done. Now, I push a lot of stuff on my show over Twitter. I think Twitter took down half of my stuff that I put on yesterday. But that's what you do. I mean, that's what are you going to do? All right? Anyways, we're back on the show, and I think we got a special guest. We got the Rabbi coming up, and he's got a lot to say, ladies and gentlemen. Listen in, please.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. Well, it's about time you found the right number.
You did write the wrong number if you go look.
Oh, I have, yeah, but you should have my number memorized. It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, but you put an extra 3 in there. I don't know if you noticed that, but
that's possible. Yeah, but then again, like I said, you're the rabbi. You're smarter than me, as you said many times. And now you want to go back and say, well, you put an extra number in there. You would be smart enough to know that I am a low person who makes mistakes, and you are much better than me. So therefore, you're responsible for that. Ready?
All right. Well,
leave
I'm
that
here.
We're leaving that in the interview. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man travels the world, uniting Christians, Jews, and blacks. Official rabbi to Missouri in the Dave Weinbaum Show, future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple,
hotel, golf course, casino, and spa. Give it up for Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. They're listening to this in Cairo, let me tell you. Hey, it seems the UN is stepping up to represent the anti-Semites after Trump's Mideast peace plan was issued. They have blacklisted 112 Israeli firms in Judea and Samaria. Well, what do you know about this?
Yeah, well, that's not exactly correct. They blacklisted companies around the world that are doing business in Judea and Samaria.
Oh, okay.
Like Airbnb and TripAdvisor and so on and so forth. They've reached a new low, the UN. It's basically, Germany 2.0, and this is exactly what happened in Germany. It starts at boycotting Jewish businesses simply because they're Jewish. And here you have the UN making a list telling all these companies not to do business with Jews.
What's the connection to this? And why this time? What's the connection to this in the Mideast peace plan issued by the Trump administration?
Right. The Palestinians were trying very hard to get the UN Security Council to condemn the Trump plan. And so all these things are related. I mean, Jared Kushner, I think, successfully lobbied the Security Council of the UN to not condemn the plan. But all of this is just, window dressing. Bottom line is that they don't want peace because they don't want Israel at all. It's not that there is a possibility of peace. In my opinion, the Arab leadership you have now, they do not want peace, period. No matter what we would offer them, no matter what plan, is
what
on
do they
paper,
want?
They're not.
What do they want?
They
Rabbi?
want everything. They want the Jews out of Israel. They don't want any state of Israel. They want the entire thing to be, as a German said, Judenrein. It should be Jew-free, and let's just get rid of the entire state altogether. They don't want a two-state solution, and just evidenced by their continuing, battles that they're waging in the UN and all over.
But wait a minute, Abbas just claimed that he has nothing against Jews. Of course, at the same time, Fatah, his party, put out a tweet that comparing Jews to Nazis.
Right. Mahmoud Abbas, the head of the Palestinian Authority, he did his PhD in Holocaust denial. His PhD was denying that the Holocaust ever happened. I mean, how can we take a guy like that too seriously? It's like I said, he has been in office for 15 years. There's been no election. He's a dictator, and he hates Israel. He doesn't like Jews, and like I said, all of that's a smokescreen. There's no peace. There's no partner on the other side.
The Senate, U.S. Senate, passes a war power measure with 8 Republicans voting with the Democrats. If Israel is attacked by Iran or anyone else, this will handcuff the Trump administration and future presidents. And they won't have the right to strike back, even if it's a terrorist attack. It has to go through Congress now. Your thoughts?
Well, Israel will always do what's as far as securing the safety of her citizens. Israel will always do what it needs to do, and will defend itself regardless if anyone comes to our aid. That's always been the position here, is that we don't expect anyone to put up soldiers for us. We don't expect people to die for us. Israel can defend itself, and even if Congress is handcuffed, Israel will defend itself and is capable of defending itself. But there are measures that Congress can take as far as supplying Israel with spare parts and weapons and things like that.
And that could be part. That could be part of the deal too. That could be part of this. I didn't read it in.
I don't know, but
it's going to get vetoed, obviously. But this is. I can't believe that 8 Republicans voted for this.
Right. I don't know who the Republicans are, but I would suspect that they're probably from states that have a lot of voters that are Democratic.
Well, one was Senator Lee from Utah, and you had your Murkowski, and you had what's her name in New Hampshire? I forget.
Right.
These gals are always on the bubble about stuff, but there were some legitimate Republicans that voted for this. It's just unbelievable that they would do it. Anyways, the UN now sending out a mixed message, and the NGO, they're wanting to end children used as Palestinian soldiers. How prevalent is this, and what are your thoughts about it?
Children of, you're talking about minors, obviously.
Yeah, well, little kids as soldiers.
Yeah. I mean, it's been going on for years that they put the kids in front, because they know that Israel will not fire when there are kids in front, and this is what they do. They use children as defensive shields. Because they know Israel, one of the most moral armies in the world, will never fire on children. So, this is just a ploy to put the kids in front and to continue their acts of terror while trying to prevent Israel from responding or responding appropriately, because they're going to put kids in the army or the military, whatever they call it.
Rabbi, where can people find and contribute to you?
They can find me on my website. They can go to IsraelAlliance.org, IsraelAlliance.org, and they can contact me through the site.
Guess what? In sympathy with my wife, Lisa, who broke her arm, I actually sprained my arm. I went in, and the doctor, he put a sling on my arm and asked if I was comfortable. I said, I make a living. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild, calling all the way from Efrat, Israel. Thank you so much, and go ahead, steal that joke. All right, not bad.
All right, guys.
All right,
Take
thanks
care.
a lot. How do you eat the kids? Shabbat shalom.
See you later.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye.
Yes, that means goodbye. Thank you for the great definition of what I said to the rabbi.
Right.
The translation there.
Right.
Yeah, it was a sort of an elongated goodbye, but it was wishing him a good Sabbath, basically. But thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. And we're back on the show. We got this great contest going on, so call the show, 573-364-4433, and we're going to pick somebody to win a $35 McDonald's gift card and a backwards MAGA hat. These things are really cool because, sometimes you walk into a neighborhood and you got this backwards MAGA hat, and you have people looking at you like they don't know what you're wearing, and they're confused. And some of them are liberals. So instead of coming right up and slapping you in the face, they, like they did to a 15-year-old boy the other day, they don't know what to do because they're not sure about it. They're not sure about it, all right? Now, I watched Larry David on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Him and Jerry Seinfeld invented the Seinfeld show and all that. And so he hates Trump. We know he hates Trump, as most people do out there. But he cut off a biker in the middle of the street on his show, and the biker's screaming at the guy, "What the hell's the matter with you? Why don't you come out?" and all that stuff. And so Larry puts on a MAGA hat, a regular MAGA hat. And the guy says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Just, try to be a little more careful next time." In other words, he's wearing the MAGA hat when he thinks there's a Trump supporter. And apparently that's the show of that was the biker. Right. The bikers are MAGA people. Well, I guess they are, but, there's a lot of us.
There are a lot.
What do I match? Little Jew, accountant-looking kind of guy who's a MAGA wearer? What are you looking at me like that for? You knew I was Jewish when we got married, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I think she's the one accountant-looking kind of guy, you know.
All right. Well, I
thought you were the movie star-looking kind of guy.
Right.
You know. Come on, Dave. Come on.
All right. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Whoops. Is there another one?
Yeah.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Go ahead.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show.
3 times the charm, Dave.
Well, this has to be your fault, caller. No, I can't blame my boss. What's your name? Where are you calling? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Dina. I'm from Linux.
DeAnna.
Dina.
Oh, Dina, you haven't called in a while, have you?
No, I haven't. Thank you for remembering me.
Yeah, I do remember you because you gave me hell about Lisa. Didn't you?
I know. And I was just telling my daughter, I actually take some credit for them getting married.
Yeah.
I well, I'm taking it regardless of whether you give it to me or not.
Okay, well, no, you got it. You got all the credit in the world. As long as it works out, you're fine. If it doesn't work out, then we have a problem.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no,
Dave.
It'll work out. You have
Okay.
the size of my husband. He'll keep you in line if you're bad to her.
Oh, okay. I need people to keep me in line.
Actually, my question was for
Yes.
the rabbi for you to ask him next week. Since
Oh.
he is in the process of retiring. This is a strange, non-political question. But we're looking into investing some money in some Israeli companies. And I thought, well, who would know better than somebody that lives in Israel? So if you wouldn't mind asking him that sometime, I would appreciate it.
All right, I'll try to remember that. Of course, it would be easier if you emailed me that at dwein, W-E-I-N, at fidnet.com.
Well, I might ask somebody to do that. I don't email. I don't live in this century yet.
Okay. All right, well, I'll try to remember. I do his interviews on Thursdays, generally now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
And you're on the list. All right?
Oh, okay. I'll just go ahead and tell you now. You can go ahead and donate that, but I would like the hat.
Okay.
I won another time and never came in, and my daughter won one time, so you can donate those too.
Okay. All right.
But
Cha-ching, I just said she just cost me $70. What the hell's going on with this?
What are you talking about?
You keep talking, I keep losing money.
You got 3. If she wins today, it'll be 3.
Yeah.
It'll be $105.
It's $105. Oh my gosh, and not including the MAGA hats. Wow.
Yes, so I want the hat. My kids wore it when we went to Hawaii.
Isn't it cool?
Comment.
Did they look kind of did people look at you kind of askance, not knowing what it was?
Well, no, not that one. We just wore the Trump hats.
Oh.
People will look at us. I've never gotten a negative comment. We've
Yeah.
been in California and Hawaii and places. But people will come up and, like my 7-year-old wears it, and they'll come up and they'll whisper, I like your hat. And I'm like,
They'll whisper.
seriously? Why are we wearing some kind of secret society thing? You can't say it out loud. And
Exactly. Exactly.
like, really? Grow up, I want to say.
There you go.
Seriously. That's our president, and we love him.
That's right. Hey, Dina, thanks a lot. I appreciate you being a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Okay, you have a good day.
Yeah, you have a great Valentine's
Bye.
Day. Make sure the big lug gets you something good, all right?
Okay, I will.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're back on the show, and what do we got here? I think we got something. Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sort of kneeling.
Don't hurt yourself.
Mrs. Strasser?
Yes, dear.
Will you marry me?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, David.
I had to peek my head in the door for this.
All right, you heard it, America. You're all witness to this madness.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Good job. Good job. All right, listen to me. It'll get fixed, all right? I really did not have time. Come here. Come here. Don't pull up. Aw. You know, anybody can put up with me for 5 years. Actually, and before that, when she used to work for me when she was a teenager, and deserves that, and I love you, and I hope we spend the rest of our lives together happily. All right? Oh, she's a wow.
I'm speechless.
I know.
Thank you. I know you're happy about that.
Found a way, to get her speechless. Right. But that's not going to happen every day. So, all right. All right, enough of that. Jesse, you got pictures? Hold on.
Give him a big hand.
All right. Yeah. All on KKID 92.9. We set history here. History. And if I was smart, what I would have done is said, don't give me an answer. Don't give me an answer. Let's wait till next week and see what she says on KKID 92.9.
Yeah, that would have gave her a week to really think about it.
I know. Well, then I knew what the answer was going to be. So, Happy Valentine's Day, dear.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Thank
You
you.
realize we're coming up on 9 months already of
Oh, my
married
God.
and wedded bliss.
What shall we name him? No, there's nothing like that. No.
You
sorry.
stud, you.
Yeah, I'd have to be a stud, or it would be a very questionable thing since I've had a prostatectomy and a what do you call it when they snip you? Vasectomy and a prostatectomy. Okay. Oh my God, 2 ways. So it couldn't have been me. Okay.
I was going to ask you which one of us is pregnant, but
that was low. That was low. So that's terrible. All right. Anyways, we've got what do we got? Oh, let's do a break. Okay. Call the show 573-364-4433. We have Elad Hakim calling in about 10 minutes. All right. Should be a lot of fun. He's a lawyer. He thinks he knows his stuff. All right, we have the contest. Don't forget about that. Hit it, Steve.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Los Arcos Mexican Restaurant and Tequila Bar in Rolla offers authentic Mexican food at great prices. Open at 11 a.m. Stop by for lunch or dinner. Lunch specials every day. And don't forget about Margarita Monday. Whether you have a small group, a large party, or you want to carry out, Los Arcos can accommodate. Located at 1212 Highway 72 East in Rolla. Affordable food with margaritas that taste great every time. You know you're dining on the finest ingredients at Los Arcos. Call for reservations at 573-426-4388.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right?
Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
We've got all the news right here.
Hold up. Stop. I know you're out there about to settle on a donut and drive around all sticky-handed, raspberry jelly all over your sensible blouse. Well, this is an intervention, a chicken intervention. Because McChicken biscuits and Chicken McGriddles are now at McDonald's, freshly prepared and available nationwide. So just make that turn, hit the drive-thru, save your favorite blouse, and change your life for breakfast at participating McDonald's for a limited time. It's time to wake up breakfast.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Well, this story, of course, would lead every major newscast. And regardless of the facts, Trump-hating reporters would jump to the conclusion that he was at least partly the impetus for such a heinous act. Well, on Saturday, 27-year-old Gregory Tim was arrested in Jacksonville, Florida, for plowing into a Republican get-out-the-vote tent outside a Walmart. The GOP of Duval County said that 6 volunteers were targeted. Now, this assailant wasn't registered to vote. He didn't have much of a social media presence. And the Duval County Democrats released a statement saying, "We're thankful that the perpetrator of this cowardly act has been apprehended by police and continue to call for civility during this election cycle." Well, good for them for condemning. But that sentiment wouldn't have been enough had the shoe been on the other foot.
Now, this is what we're talking about the violence against Trump supporters. This was a whole booth of people registering for the Republican Party under a Trump sign, and this kid decides he's going to ram it full speed with his truck. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness. But it hardly got reported in the mainstream media. Nobody cares over there. Just anything that happens, if you look funny at a liberal, you're all over MSM. You know, anything they can do to hurt you, they're going to do. As Nancy Pelosi says, very, very nonchalantly, yeah, you lie about somebody, and you put it out to the news, and then you cite the news story, and then they get it out and they spread it, and it goes viral, and yeah, you ruin a person's life. La-di-da, no care there, right? Anyways, why don't we hit that little extra there? Thank you.
See, boy, this is why I prefer to just shoot fish. Can we?
No, we're not going to shoot any fish. You're not helping. I'm trying to teach you about patience here.
Well, then get to it.
I don't like being patient.
Nobody does. It's a learned skill. What do we call people that go willy-nilly through life just doing things because it feels good?
Democrats.
Attaboy.
Powerhouse home for classic rock and roll. KKID 92.9 FM is KKID Salem Rolla.
All right, we're back on the show, and we've got Elad Hakim coming up next. We're going to be talking about a lot of interesting, legal/political things and how they affect each other. Elad's a well-known writer, and he does a lot of good work. He's in Epic. Is it Epoch or Epic?
Epic.
Okay,
Epic.
why is it spelled
Epic.
E-P-O-C-H if it's not Epoch?
I showed you the dictionary. I
I
can't
know.
believe that
I
you
know.
cannot understand this.
I don't understand why. Epic is E-P-I-C.
Two different epics.
I know. Well,
it's epic that you can't understand. Epic.
What does it mean? What does epic mean? E-P-I-C versus E-P-O-C-H.
I don't remember.
There you go. MBA, but not all the way, ladies and gentlemen, right there. All right, I got to rely on her for information. She's smarter than I am, so what the hell? Well, she married me. What are you laughing at, Steve?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
All right. All right, well, let's throw a few things out there like Bloomberg is making billions with who? Communist China. And he's claiming that the communist government is really pretty good. You know, I'm beginning to think that might be Elad. So if it's all right, listen. We're going to play his song right now, and hear it. There you go. Beautiful. Good timing. South Florida lawyer, expert on law and politics, writer for Washington Examiner, Epic News, Daily Caller, Federalist, and others, and the Perry Mason to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Please welcome Elad Hakim.
Are you there? Yes.
He's here. Do you got any applause for him, do you think?
I do. That was one thing that I forgot, and it's right
No, you know, I like the quiet.
No, you liar. You're lying. You love to hear this. All right, that's about all you're going to get, I guess. So.
Yeah, that's okay.
Amy always gets like 3 times as much. In fact, I can barely hear any more from the applause she gets. Anyhow, so Bernie is pro-abortion. We knew that. How does this get him elected president when the trend is pro-life?
That's a good question. I mean, first of all, he hasn't been elected president, and I think if the Democrats have anything to do with it, they don't even want him to get the nomination. So I don't think it. I don't think it does get him elected president. You know, he just recently ostracized a whole bunch of a pretty large group of pro-life Democrats by stating that basically as a condition of being a member of the Democratic Party, you had to be pro-choice. So I don't think it gets him elected president.
Okay, so but they're all pro-abortion. Let's stop with the pro-choice stuff. It's pro-abortion. Okay. Anytime a woman wants one, it's pro-abortion, even late term for these people. So
yes, but Bernie ostracized a lot of people because there are a lot of pro-choice Democrats.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. There was one that came out when Buttigieg was talking and confronted Buttigieg, and I don't remember the numbers, but it was in the millions. Basically saying that, hey, you're basically ostracizing us, saying that those of us who are Democrats who are pro-choice cannot be members of the party. So, and the other thing, like you pointed out, is that it's no longer an issue of pro-choice versus pro-life. I mean, the new Democratic Party is into infanticide. I mean, this is late-term abortion. So it's that's not accepted by a large portion of Americans.
Late-term abortion is after they're born. They think they have a right to kill the baby.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. So, and I don't think that's supported by a large majority of, I don't know the numbers, but I'm not sure that that's, what's more frightening is a recent poll. I think there was an article out that said that 70-something% of Democrats indicated that they would vote for a socialist.
Mm-hmm.
That's frightening. Of course, I don't know how many people were included in that poll, and I don't know how many Democrats would actually come out. Maybe that's 70-something% of the Democrats who would actually choose to come out to vote. And if a socialist is actually nominated for the presidential nominee for the Democrats, I just wonder how many voters would actually come out and support him.
Let me point out something. You mentioned that 70% of Democrats would vote for a socialist. It just came out that Harvard and Yale were outed as having received at least $6.5 billion in unreported contributions from places like, China and other places like the Arab Emirates and Qatar. And you have to wonder, this is unreported stuff. This is supposed to be reported. You have to wonder if it's just Yale and Harvard, how much money has been floating in these colleges all over the country with the accompanying deals that they make for students, for professors, for people that become American citizens and then go on and become spies, basically.
Yeah, I mean, God knows. It's a great point. I mean, it's not surprising listening to what comes out of these universities and how liberal they are. But you're right. God knows where it ends and what other universities are involved. So
I think you're seeing
point.
some of the end runs here. You're seeing the swamp, who basically are all from, the Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, places like that, and you see what they did to get rid of Donald Trump. Not a member of the
Except for Dershowitz, right? Dershowitz.
Dershowitz is starting to get a brain. He didn't have one for. He didn't have a sensitivity. He always had a brain. He didn't have a sensitivity, really, for what was going on until recently.
I agree with you, but he was very powerful during the impeachment hearings.
Yes, he was very powerful during that. Where was he all the rest of his life? Why is he a Democrat? Why is he a Democrat? He's still a Democrat. Why?
He's Jewish.
Yes, look, I know. That adds to my question as to why is he a Democrat?
Because why are a lot of Jews Democrats? Because they are. They agree with social policies.
Apparently they agree with anti-Semitism, where they just say, "Oh, so what?" Right?
Well, you're right. That's a big problem nowadays.
Anti-Semitism. They believe in the BDS. They believe in destroying Israel.
They don't necessarily look at them as one and the same. They separate Israel from policies in America. They just do. I don't know how. I don't know how that's possible, but they do.
That's kind of like magic. All right, so the Dems accuse Barr of being a puppet to Trump because they simultaneously came out against the sentencing received from the 4 prosecutors for Roger Stone in excess of 9 years, which basically would be a death sentence for this guy. Now, do they have a point about the criticism?
No.
Why not?
No, I mean, I think they. I don't think they do. I think that from what has come out. Well, first, let's just say this: the president can come out and say whatever he wants. All right? Do I think he's wise in doing that? I don't. I mean, I think he should just stop with the tweets and let Barr do his job. And I agree with Barr's comment that, hey, just stop the tweets. But the president can actually come out and pardon Stone whatever he wants. He can come out and pardon him right now if he wants.
Right.
Second, Barr has every right to reduce the sentence. He's the chief guy. He's the chief lawyer, and the recommended sentence that was 7 to 9 years for lying. And I think that, what do they call them? They call them process crimes.
Process crimes, exactly.
They were discovered during the course of an investigation that was nonsensical to begin with. So 7 to 9 years on a process crime, that's the kind of crime that's given to offenses that are a lot more significant than what Roger Stone was accused of and convicted of. So that's absurd. Barr has every right to do what he did.
Yeah.
Trump has every right to say what he said. And this is just another partisan effort after
his timing was bad. I would agree with his timing being bad. He probably
well, no, but
a
apparently Barr, look, if you think that Barr didn't know what was coming down the pipeline before Trump said anything, I got something to sell you.
Really?
Barr knew.
Are you trying to take advantage of me?
And according to news reports, Barr decided to seek a reduction before Trump's tweet came out.
Steve, a fellow Jew is trying to take advantage of me. He's going to sell something to me because he thinks I'm stupid. That's
no. And I can't. On the 31st of next month, Barr's going to testify.
Yes, I got that written down.
And you know what they say? They say don't ask questions that you don't know the answer to. I mean, he's sharp. You remember when he testified regarding the Mueller, the whole Russia Mueller report. He's cool as a cucumber. He's smart, and they don't know what he knows. Because he's privy to the Durham investigation, They don't know what he knows, and they better, be careful because they may be barking up a tree.
I hope so. And here's my problem with the situation. You mentioned that these guys that are getting ready to go to jail, or in the case of Manafort, are already in jail or were surveilled illegally, like Papadopoulos and Carter. This was all the basis of a poisoned fruit tree of FISA applications and warrants that were fraudulent. Okay, these guys have been punished, and one guy's sitting in jail, and the other guy's about to go there. What's happened to the perpetrators of this fraud upon these people? Nothing. Now I mean Comey and McCabe both have basically confessed to lying and to phoning up these FISA reports or lying about the FISA reports, and nothing's been done. Why?
Well, I don't have an answer to that, and I think a lot of Americans are frustrated with that, and we're all hoping that the Durham report brings some finality to this. There's no real answer to that.
This is a real challenge for Barr, because he is a part of the swamp. He is a part of the swamp. His good friend Bob Mueller, he says it. My good friend Bob Mueller, when he was talking about the Mueller report, probably was friendly with Comey and McCabe. He goes way back, Barr. Is he going to be able to turn on his friends, his golf partners, his party goers, and good buddies who talk all the time, and indict them? Is he?
Well, if he takes his oath seriously, you hope so. That's the million-dollar question. If there's enough there to indict, which obviously based on what's trickled out, it appears that there's at least something there, then you hope so. Remember, none of us know what's going on with the Durham report. He's really kept it under seal. So, listen, I hear you, and for Barr's sake, I hope that if the evidence is there, he does decide to do that, or he's going to face hell if he decides that there's nothing to pursue and no indictments coming.
Do they do this before the 2020 election or after?
I'd be guessing if I said. I really would be guessing. I think from a political standpoint, it would be great to have it before. It would be wonderful to have it before because it would just strengthen the president's position all along. But I'm not sure.
I would want it before as well.
It seems that every time that Durham investigates, another piece of the puzzle, the piece of the onion unfolds. So
that's hopefully the case. Okay, I hope you're right.
We're all guessing. No one knows.
This is the first guy to go against the swamp big time. Donald J. Trump is the first guy not to wither from the pressure from the swamp. Okay, they were all scared of Hoover, that's for sure. He was probably the father and the mother of the swamp, with the dresses he used to wear and things. But now it's even more tough because everybody knows about it. Everybody knows. Nobody believed Hoover was a bad guy. Now everybody knows these guys are skunks, all right? So it's either got to get done or you're right, there's going to be a huge problem. And I say better now than later. The Democrats are going to, all year they're going to be playing, he was impeached, he was impeached, he was impeached. He tells Barr what to do, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's time some justice was done.
Do you think that Americans even care about the impeachment anymore?
I think it's helped Trump tremendously. And I don't know whether it could have a side effect or not, but people do believe something happened with Russia because they're always saying, well, they're always bringing up the Russia thing, even though there was no proof of it. So people believe a lot of stuff that isn't true.
It's comical. It's so desperate now. Now they're attacking Barr. They attacked Barr before. when it came to the Russia report. They attacked him then. Of course, keep in mind, they loved him before Trump appointed him.
Right.
You know, they loved him. So it's just desperate. It's failure after failure after failure, and they just keep coming.
We'll see how Barr handles loneliness, all right?
Yes,
I'm serious.
That's very true.
Hey, where can people find and hire you?
Dave Weinbaum. All they have to do is listen to Dave Weinbaum, and they can find me. They can find me at Thoughtfully Conservative.
That's very nice
on Facebook.
I didn't even know you knew my name.
Absolutely. Listen, I feel a responsibility to know your name.
Really?
It's a zchut. It's an honor.
Thanks, Jack. I mean, Elad. I'm sorry. All right.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Tell people where to find you other than me, other than DaveWeinbaum.net.
They can find me on Facebook at Thoughtfully Conservative and on Twitter at Thoughtful GOP, and then obviously just look me up with any legal questions. So always happy to help and always happy to have a good discussion.
Elad, I know you're a jock, you know you're a soccer player, but you probably have to run pretty good. How do you know you've won a race in Northern Europe?
I have no idea.
Well, you're first across the finish line.
Hey, I like that.
Do you like that? Oh, goody. He likes it. He's not laughing, but he likes it. Thanks.
I like it. No,
Thanks.
It's good. I like that.
All right, well,
I
you can tell the kids.
One.
I mean, you know, you can tell Amy. So, you know, what the hell. Hey, listen, thank you so much for being a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show. Have a great Sabbath. Hi to the kids and Dr. Amy. And Shabbat Shalom, my friend.
Sounds great. Shabbat Shalom, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. How was that? Pretty
Great.
good, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, and it fit right into my monologue, too, because, you know, nobody's really thinking about this. I think I have a paranoia. I think my paranoia mostly is on stuff like that because I can put together this stuff of, Harvard and Yale.
Right.
Who goes to Harvard and Yale? The whole Supreme Court goes there. I mean, every single damn one of them went to Harvard. Not all of them graduated from Harvard Law School. The only guy that didn't go was Barr. He went to Columbia College, Ivy League, and George Washington School of Law. So still, you know, and they all know each other. And that bothers me. You know, can you even get a jury out there who's going to be legit? You know, I mean, it's wondering if there is an ingrained two-tier level of justice in this country, and there has been. Now, can we reverse that?
Okay, so when you talk about a jury, are you talking about a jury of their peers? Are you talking about a jury of just ordinary people? Because, I mean, do they choose the jury out of who they? How does that work?
I don't know how they choose the grand jury. Now, a grand jury is a little different than a regular jury, and I don't know how they pick them. But if you look at the population of voters in Virginia, in the D.C. area, places like that, you got a ton more liberals than and Trump haters than you do almost anywhere in the country.
But they're trying to take their guns away from them. What do you think that's going to do? I mean,
I think, like I say, they're liberal. They don't care. They know they can steal guns. Okay. I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. Anyways, I believe that we have. Let's see here. How about number 5? Yeah. Hey, you hear about the polite hitman? He had a welcome mat in his trunk. Forget about it. Yeah, you know, you don't have to be mean and ugly. You can be mean and you can be
pretty.
Well, personable and pretty. Yeah, you can do your toes and all that stuff. You manicure your toes, but you be, you know, friendly. You don't want bad feelings. I mean, you kill somebody, you put him in a trunk, says welcome. How can that do any harm? You know? I mean, you're showing God that you at least
believe in being kind at the end. All right?
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's not a good thing, but it's something that you might want to not forget about.
There's not a little devil like foot thing, little face in the welcome mat.
Well, that's good. You know what? That's interesting. That could be a business idea right there, and I think you ought to start with it.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'll invest in funny money. Yeah, I'll invest my funny money with that. Anyways, folks, we're going to take another break. Call the show. We got a big contest going on. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community born, community raised, community serving.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 44. You can spend money everywhere. Why can't you bank everywhere? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. Town & Country may be a hometown bank, but our banking is state-of-the-art. We have dozens of ATMs across the area. Plus, you can bank anytime, anywhere, online or on your phone. You can even deposit checks from your phone. Pretty cool, huh? Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
There's a sweetheart of a deal all month long at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Right now, save up to $9,510 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71, or choose 0% APR for 72 months on Silverados, including 2020s, plus $1,000 bonus earnings for eligible GM cardholders. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Americans looked at their elected officials sitting on their hands, not clapping, not standing up for things that any American would be in support of. Tuskegee Airmen, the fact that a young African-American girl from a poor neighborhood gets a school scholarship. And I could go on, and it was like they weren't even proud to be part of the State of the Union. I mean, don't you think Americans are fed up with that?
I think they're very fed up, because that wasn't a Republican or Democrat speech. That was an American speech. You watched a 100-year-old man, Mr. McGee, who is a Tuskegee Airman, a more perfect union with his 13-year-old great-grandson wanting to go to space, or a military man being reunited with his family, an opportunity scholarship. And you know what's most unique about that opportunity scholarship? That mother is just like all of us. All she hopes for is that her child has a better life.
Let's talk. Oh, wait a minute, I got a call, don't I? Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name, Jim, and where are you calling from? Did I guess right?
It's Jay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you and JJ. I don't know what the hell's going on. All right, what can I do for you, my friend?
Hey, Dave, thanks for taking my call. But this morning, watching the news, Fox News is what I watch in the morning. But
Okay.
anyway, did you see where the 8 Republican senators voted with the Democrats to stop our president from attacking Iraq?
Iran, too.
Iran, yes. Iran.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yes.
What is that? I don't understand.
I think
what
it's one of the
problem
stupider
is.
things I've seen. You got Murkowski and Collins and a couple other of the weak ones. But even Mike Lee from Utah, what's going on in their brains, for goodness sakes? I don't understand it. It's a sign of weakness. It shows partisan breaks in the Trump agenda. Fellow Republicans voting against him. It's a stupid and dangerous thing they did. And obviously he's going to squelch it. He's going to veto it. But still, the message is there. You know, the Iranians are always trying to always looking for the gaps in loyalty and things like that. And they're not stupid. You know, they've been around for a while. So
they're very intelligent that way, but they're the ones that are causing all the trouble. As far as I am concerned, they're the main.
Well, they might
problem
see now. They might want to make a test and maybe invade Israel a little bit, or bomb Tel Aviv and have their associates in Hamas and Hezbollah do it. All right.
Yes.
So
yes,
this is. I asked the rabbi about this. He answered it and said, "Well, Israel takes care of its own." But I'm thinking, well, why? I realize that, but the U.S. has to, give them parts and stuff like that, weapons. Sometimes they ran, 1973 war, they ran out of weaponry. And, who saved them? Do you know?
The United States.
Yeah, Richard Nixon. And
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Richard Nixon.
Okay,
Richard Nixon saved them in the United States, sure. All right, what else you got for me, my friend?
Well, did you hear that the Democrats are requesting $50 million?
They what?
They're requesting $50 million for security at their convention. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, well, I got a suggestion. I think that what we need to do is put a couple of no gun zone signs up and call it good.
Yeah, I would say that's about right. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Let's see
Dave,
what I got. Yes.
Thank you for taking my call, sir. I got to run. Got to go to the bank and stuff. Anyway, God bless you. Miss
God bless you,
happy
too.
Valentine's Day.
I did. I just got her some flowers, and they're out there.
They're
and
beautiful.
Are you happy?
They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
You went way above and beyond, dear.
Thank you. All right. See, now I'm good for another year. All right. Thanks.
See you later,
I know
guys.
I can
Thank
do.
you.
I can just lay down on the couch and forget about it and all that stuff. All right. Thanks, Jim. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is John from Salem.
Hi, John. What's up, man?
Well, you guys were talking earlier about the Virginia gun confiscation laws. What you got to remember, the extreme northeast corner of Virginia touches the swamp, so they feel that way, but the majority of Virginians don't. And majority of counties, cities, towns in Virginia have declared themselves Second Amendment sanctuary areas. And Governor Northam, of course, he's very upset over this, and he said if they don't uphold his gun confiscation laws, he is going to send the National Guard in to confiscate the guns if the sanctuary areas don't do it themselves.
Blood
So
will be shed, my friend. I predict blood will be shed.
I don't think that he'll have nerve enough to do that. And
Well, see, we're not talking about nerve. What we're talking about stupidity. Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. Would the National Guard people be willing to do that?
Well, a lot of them would not. There's a lot of
because,
sheriffs that will not do that. They won't go out and execute that because they're true believers. They're Americans, and they believe in the Second Amendment.
I've talked to the sheriff here in our area, and he would be, I think, willing to put the feds, lock them up if
there you
they
go.
try to come into his county, because he is the top law enforcement.
All right, listen, I don't want to rush
officer.
you, but I got my next interview is on, and I know you called before.
Okay.
So if you want to call me after about 15 minutes, you're more than welcome to, John. And you're eligible for the fabulous prizes we have on this show. All right, just listen
great.
from
Thank you very much.
all the way through, okay? Thanks, pal.
Okay.
All right, let's see. We got a song for this lady, I'm pretty sure. There you go. Beautiful. Pretty good.
Oh, beautiful, far heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America.
Former conservative reporter, the bane of the stars of socialism and anti-Semitism. The bravest woman I know, the favored candidate against Pelosi's BFF, Lois Frankel, in Florida's 21st District. Please welcome Laura, the Illuminator Loomer. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So everyone in D.C.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. Did anybody buy you anything?
No, I didn't have a Valentine, no.
Oh.
I made some chicken burgers for my dog, baby Loomer, and she loved those, so I'm spending the day with my dog and just
That's sad.
Lots of meetings, lots of work. It never ends.
Actually, that's a lot of, there's like a bunch of people that buy the dude.
Half the people are
and the with the pet. It's great.
I used to be there. All right, well, you'll get lucky one of these days, or some guy will get lucky. What do you mean? I'll get? I shouldn't say it that way. No, some guy will get lucky one of these days. Wait, no, even that's not good. All right, we're going to stop this. The trend of this argument is not going well.
Going deep into the gutter, Dave.
I'm getting deeper and deeper in this. We're about to see what the fellow swamp creatures, A.G. Barr and his hound dog, U.S. Attorney John Durham, come up with. What are your predictions?
I think that Roger Stone is going to be pardoned. I really do. I believe that President Trump is a good man, and regardless of what ends up happening, I do believe that that President Trump isn't going to allow for Roger Stone, who is a political icon, an American patriot, a hero, and one of President Trump's most loyal friends and supporters. I don't think he's going to allow him to die in prison. And that's what's going to happen to Roger Stone if he goes to prison. He's going to die in prison because he's 70 years old, and being in prison for 9 years is going to kill him. And so I know that President Trump is all about loyalty, and I'm confident that Roger Stone will be pardoned because we all know that this is a witch hunt, okay? The witch hunt that was created with the goal of impeaching the president and forcing him out of office, okay? Well, yes, he was impeached, and he was also acquitted for life. And so I believe that everybody who has been caught up in this witch hunt and has had their lives destroyed and their livelihood taken from them and their reputations destroyed, I believe that they deserve to be, either pardoned or taken care of because it's a travesty of justice.
I would agree with that. Now, do you think some indictments are going to come out pretty soon against Comey and McCabe, maybe even Rosenstein and Orr and people like that, sooner than the election, sooner or later than the election?
I would hope so, but I don't know if any of these things are going to happen prior to the election. It seems as though the only people who are going to jail and being punished for things that they didn't do or things, I don't know, just being punished in general are Republicans in this country. It seems as though there are two sets of rules, and the people who actually are guilty never go to jail. We see innocent people go to jail and have their lives destroyed.
You know, once again, the left, who thought you were done when everyone banned you from social media, has discovered you to be succeeding in running against Pelosi's BFF, Lois Frankel, and they seem to be, in shock, and now they're writing bad stuff about you again. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's great because even my haters admit I'm going to win. And so even my haters know that I'm a winner, and I know that President Trump loves winners, and I'm going to win this race. I'm going to flip CD21, and I'm going to be the congresswoman in Florida's 21st Congressional District, President Trump's congresswoman.
And I'm going to be one of your unofficial advisors, right?
Yeah, you'll have to come to my swearing-in ceremony.
You'll have to do what?
You'll have to come to my swearing-in ceremony.
I will. Trust me, I'll be there. I feel like Rudy, where the black guy that's in the maintenance office. Rudy's quits, and he convinces him to go back, and Rudy says, "I want you to be at my first game. You promise you'll be at my first game." He says, "I'll be there," and he was. So that was kind of cool. All right. Anyways, I guess he had to be there. Did Trump just have the best 2.5 weeks of his presidency, or is that my imagination?
Well, as President Trump always says, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, and that's without any
I
cooperation.
think the best is yet to come.
Yeah, that's without any cooperation. If he can flip the House back and increase in the Senate, now that's going to be something. I mean, this country will never see the kinds of things again, maybe, because you're not going to, President Trump isn't going to come into our lives, shamefully, and some bad leaders will come forward. So the next 4 years could be when he really cranks it up.
Well, I think that's maybe the second term is when he really is going to, crank it up, and we'll see some of these indictments. I sure hope so.
Yeah.
If he wins his second term, and I believe he will, he's going to have nothing else to lose.
Now, when you win your primary, will President Trump come to your area, where he should, because he lives there, doesn't he? And maybe call you up on stage?
I hope so. I mean, I could only hope so, right? So, they say you can manifest your own destiny, and so I've been very positive. I know that I'm going to win my primary. I know that I'm going to be the next congresswoman in Florida's 21st district, and I'll be representing President Trump and Mrs. Trump and all the other residents here in District 21, and it would be an honor. It would be an honor to have his endorsement and to be called up on stage during
you know what I look forward to is you being in a committee questioning some snotty FBI head or something that's has turned into a swamp creature, like you've done. I mean, you've already done this, but I would enjoy seeing this from the seat in Congress, all right, where it really, really means something. And in order to answer you, they have to answer you, or they are subject to withholding information. If they lie to you, then they're subject to felonies. I can't wait to see that.
Well, I think good things are coming, and I do believe that Republicans are going to have a lot of victories this next election year. And I know a lot of people, including Democrats, right, are really sick and tired of how radical the Democrats have become. And so you have more unity in the Republican Party than there's ever been before. All-time high approval ratings for the president. And I just know from here on the ground in Florida, right, Republicans are out-registering Democrats. And recent polling conducted, Snap poll shows that I'm actually leading the Democrat incumbent.
Wow.
And it shows a big percentage of Democrats who plan to vote for me instead of my opponent, Lois Frankel.
Yeah, I was just talking about that with Elad down the road in Boca, and just wondering why there are still Jews in the Democratic Party. You know, why is Alan Dershowitz still in the Democratic Party? Can you tell me that?
Well, who knows? Maybe he's better placed in the Democrat Party to speak, in support of the president as a Democrat. Who knows? But hopefully maybe he'll switch his party affiliation too.
Well, I thought he was pretty effective during the impeachment. Where can other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute?
People can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com. LauraLoomerForCongress.com, and that's where you can sign up for my emails and make a donation to my campaign as well.
You know, Lisa here, who I just got a nice Valentine's gift for, she has a broken arm, and Dr. Frederick asked Lisa how her pain was. She looked at me and said, "Oh, Dave's just fine." That's not right.
Lisa.
That's not right. I'm very hurt by that too.
It's actually a true story.
Yeah, it is. All right. All right. Hey, listen, you have a good day, Laura, and thanks for being a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show. And if you ever need anything, let me know. All right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, back on the show, and now we're into... see, now I have to get my mindset. This is where somebody like you can help me.
Help you.
Smart guy, you know? I have to set my mind back. All right, let's see. We got 6, which would be 11.
Got it.
There you go. There you go.
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alyssa, what time is it? What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Oh, yes, sir.
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many he get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
He what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
Oh. I don't know about that.
You know, SNL is capable of funny stuff. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be about Trump and how horrible he is. You know, I mean, golly, let guys like me in on some funny stuff that you're capable of doing. Man alive. I hate reaching out to people that are just so dour about everything. You know, you try to watch CNN and MSNBC. It's all about, he's going to get impeached now. We know he is. I mean, they got this look on their face. They all do, the men, the women, and there's no humor there. There's no sense of civility. It's all Trump all the time. He drive you crazy, and they do this every day. You know, even the ones that like or hate Trump, I don't see how they watch it every day.
Right.
And they're not doing very good in the ratings. Quite frankly, when Trump is no longer in office, I think a lot of these places are going to go out of business. Because actually, if they're talking about Trump, they know it's ratings. All right, they're going to get some. They're going to get the haters. Who do they get when the Trump haters go? You know?
What are all the nighttime comedians going to do?
Yeah, well,
this is what their whole shows are based around.
Yeah.
Is Trump bashing, and
I mean,
they got nothing else.
They
got no content.
It's incredible how much humor they're missing, and how much laughs they're ignoring. Anyways, we're going to take a break right now. Remember, we got this contest going, and we got we're getting a few people left and right here. You get $35 McDonald's gift card. and a fabulous backwards MAGA hat, something you can fool the liberals with. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, Food Equipment Repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel and Henry Company. Daniel and Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel and Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
There's a sweetheart of a deal all month long at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Right now, save up to $9,510 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71, or choose 0% APR for 72 months on Silverados, including 2020s, plus $1,000 bonus earnings for eligible GM cardholders. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
The Republican leader, Jim Jordan, and I sent a letter originally in October. We didn't want to get in the middle of the impeachment hoax while we were going through that. We said we're going to come back and revisit this. When it was finally the impeachment was out of the House, we tried to get a response again at the beginning of January, which I think you broke on your show. So still no response. I mean, he's responding, but he's refusing to provide documentation. So, if indeed
that this was not that the policy wasn't what it said on your form. Okay, if indeed that happened, then there has to be emails and drafts of the form that would have been created. And all we're asking is for the ICIG to provide evidence. And remember, IGs, they're really good about getting evidence. That's what they specialize in. So the IG knows damn well what we're asking for.
Well, there you go. The IG, they know it well. Not only well, but damn well. Come on. All right. Hey, I just had a couple of guests come in. That was that's Sloan Meadows. That's my I guess she's my niece now by marriage, right? And her boyfriend Kenan, who is the son of the owner of one of our sponsors, Colton's Steakhouse.
Okay.
So
nice.
How cool is that?
Now Sloan is your
She's
niece?
my niece-in-law.
Niece-in-law.
And she's a great kid. You know, she's in band and she's in a cheerleader and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. Anyways, Bloomberg called racist over the all cops in black neighborhoods because that's where all the crime is. Now, I think it's a pretty good idea that they focus on the black areas in New York City, but that's not where all the crime is, and it comes off as racist when he said that. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Brian, and I'm calling from Salem.
Hiya, Brian. How are you, my man?
Well, I'm doing fine. I thought I would offer you a slight explanation for one of Joe Biden's phrases that he used. The lion, dog, pony soldier?
Yeah.
I think what that is, if I had to make up a silly little thing to explain it, it would be that a soldier in a war in the old times told a lie. Now, that makes him a lion dog.
Right.
Well, the general gets a hold of him, and he demotes him and tells him, now, you got to give up your big horse and ride a pony.
You know, it's very interesting because I had that written down to talk about, and I was wondering what people thought that was.
Well,
or it could be an actual dog, because it's a dog face, right? It could be an actual dog sitting on a pony with a gun strapped to him, right? I got a picture of that, by the way, on my Facebook page.
Well, where does the dog fit in?
He's on the horse. He's the pony soldier.
Okay,
the dog's
so
sitting on the horse, and he's got a holster with a gun on it, and the horse is a pony, and he's riding it, and he's a dog-faced pony soldier.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
You've got to put that up on your website, Dave.
Yeah, I probably should, now that you mention it. Thanks. All right, well, thanks for your contribution to the show.
Honestly, though,
yes.
in all seriousness, I think he's getting, like, Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah, who?
Because that response that he gave her made basically no sense. It was like, where'd that come from? How does that even fit in with anything?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was trying to have... I had a moment there where I didn't know what you were talking about, so that means I might have something wrong with me too. But no, Biden is he's falling apart. He's done. I'd like to say I'm sad to see it, but I'm not.
Well,
some
I'm not
guys
either.
like him, but the guy's so corrupt, and he's a liar, and he's awful. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's got no business doing what he's doing.
No, sooner the better with him getting out of there.
Yeah. Oh, then we got Bernie and Buttigieg, it looks like. And Bernie, if he wins, it's going to be he's going to be a communist running against Donald Trump. How's that going to work?
Yeah, that's right. Those guys are both communists and or devil worshippers, whichever.
Well, okay. Yeah. I don't know about the other, but communism is not a godly thing. It's not a godly thing, is it?
No, and if you're not on God's side, you're probably working against him.
Well, that could be. Yes.
If you're doing that, you're in with Satan.
Boy, you have a nice little road there that you took me down, and thank you so much for the trip. All right.
See you later.
All right, see you, buddy. Have a good weekend. Okay. When we get into these deep theological discussions, I don't know. I don't really want to do that on the air. I mean, I do. I kind of do that though, because I believe in God. I'm a Jewish version of what I believe, and but I don't want to argue theology here. That's why we do the rabbi and I say the rabbi and I. He started this. We could go around and talk to churches, for goodness sakes. We got Pastor Pat probably listening out there, and she's she's a Christian, obviously, and so is her church. And I'm sure that, they understand that we have the same roots. And they talk about it all the time at the church there. And I talk about it too. And we're very good friends and have been for the last 10 years. And the rabbi has all these relationships now out there. He's going to Florida this week. Of course, I don't think I'm going, right, honey?
I'm not sure. You're going to have a hard time carrying all of our luggage yourself.
See if you want to come along. No, just sorry. That was wrong. I apologize for that. That's just wrong. Who said that? Why didn't you stop that? Anyways. That's not good. Anyways, we're back here, and we're talking to my wife and Steve, who I just really insulted. Is that good to insult your boss? I think
either one of us.
I think some of the times it's okay, but you're taking a risk. Well, that's true.
Yeah. Dangerous grounds both ways.
I got to sleep with you.
I thought we had this conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have to have feelings first.
Okay,
oh, so you
don't care. You're telling me you don't give a damn? That hurt. Ouch. Now that hurt. He doesn't give a darn.
I've been in this business way too long to take it personally. Okay, come on.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, anyways, Bloomberg, and we're waiting on DeAnna Lorraine is coming up in 5 minutes. What do you think? Do we need another break now, or do you want to wait?
I have a Cletus and Clem.
Oh, why don't we do that? Yeah. These are guys that I interviewed recently in Rolla.
Yeah.
And they're just a couple of Rollaites, mid-Missourians. And here's what they got to say about the new Green Deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Clem and Cletus. Hi, boys. How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. How about you?
Hell, I'm doing good myself.
Well, that's great. Hey, you guys are pretty typical around these parts. How do you get your news?
Oh, I don't really listen to any news. I like sports and fishing and stuff like that. How about you?
Yeah, when he comes on that radio there, I just heard that channel to some rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
So a little classic music, a little bit rock and roll. So no news, right?
No.
Heck no, I don't like the news because you know what?
What?
I don't believe it.
Well, here's some news that I've got for you. Just to inform you of a few things to get your reaction. The Mueller report has indicted President Trump for being a Russian agent and Putin's boyfriend. He resigned to avoid impeachment. Mike Pence has also resigned. Nancy Pelosi is now president and has pardoned El Chapo to serve as her vice president. What? Finally, Jussie Smollett was released from jail yesterday, and the picture of the two white MAGA hat-wearing attackers has been revealed. Look familiar?
Oh, my God.
Hey, that's you and me, man.
That's you over there.
I mean, they just went nuts. And what they don't know is that Jussie Smollett has been indicted. He's accused of like 6 felonies. They didn't know that when I interviewed them. So we'll have them on again because they did a great interview. I said it was going to be about the green deal, and we have another one of that, and that's even better than that interview. So, anyways, call the show 573-364-4433, and we've got DeAnna Lorraine coming in about 2 minutes, so I will talk until then. And if you call, which you can, it'll be a little briefer than normal. But the mayor of New York is now talking about stuff. They're finding stuff that he said over the years. Like in 2008, he was talking about the people not in the neighborhoods, in the minorities, getting sold houses that they couldn't afford, that they couldn't keep up with. And he was talking about them in a very derogatory way. This he's got a mean little mouth, you know that? Anyways, Bloomberg also was not in favor of legalizing marijuana back in 2015. He says this is wrong. And he doesn't like big drinks. He wants to manage all that, and he doesn't want any plastic straws. Well, this guy's, for a little Jewish guy, he's got some real, domination problems, I guess. Is that my problem? I wonder. I'm a little Jewish guy. We're the same height. We're the same height, and this guy wants to have a box to stand on.
You two are.
Steve,
I thought you were telling me you're the same height as me. It's like, no, Dave, I have lifts in my shoes. You're taller than me.
I am, really? Wow. You have cab drivers in your feet?
Uh-huh. That's right.
Those are lifts, L-Y-F-T-S.
Right. There you go.
There.
You've seen me motor around this place before, right?
Well, no, I didn't realize that. I always look up to you. You know that.
That's why I wear my lifts, Dave.
There you go. Anyways, by the way, who won Iowa? Does anyone know who won Iowa? Does anyone really have the finals? The Democratic chairman of the party there, he has, he's resigned over that. That's terrible. How do you have the first primary and nobody still knows who won? I think it was mentioned earlier, they cannot run anything, Democrats. How can you trust them to run the whole healthcare system? Remember the Obama Care computer cost $6.5 million? Oy vey. Oy vey. Anyhow, I think we have our next guest, but let's see. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's DeAnna.
Hey, DeAnna. We have a little. Happy Valentine's Day to you, and we're going to play a little song for you.
Okay, great.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Star of TV, radio, blogs. A real passionate person about patriotism. Not yet.
Passionate patriot.
Passionate patriot. And she's running against the Wicked Witch of the West, Nancy the Ripper Pelosi. Boo. What are you saying applause for that for?
She's running against him. That's applause.
Okay, all right, that's good.
Applause.
That's good. No, that's all right. That's all right. Would you please welcome DeAnna Lorraine? Now you got it. There you go.
Little happy today.
All right. Well, first of all, happy Valentine's Day. And I'm certainly not going to ask the same question I asked the last gal. Anyways, I listened to, you know who Adam Carolla is?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, he went on, I believe it was Tucker Carlson's show, and he had an explanation of why the Los Angeles homeless are ignored. He says it's because they haven't found a way to make money off of them, the government. And if they try to solve it, they become the bad guy, like a cop or a teacher who disciplines a child. All right? Now, does that argument have any merit?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that Nancy and the Democrat leadership, they don't actually want the homeless off the streets. They don't want to solve this problem because they don't benefit from that. And I think, they benefit from a certain amount of people being on the streets and being dependent.
Really? So it's okay with them to drive away, but you're driving away your average taxpayers. You're driving away businesses. People are leaving. People with radio stations probably leaving there and going somewhere else, like Texas or someplace or Florida. So I don't understand. In the end, they end up bankrupting their state because they're getting rid of all the taxpayers.
You know what? They do very mysterious things, but at the end of the day, they're up in their gilded mansions. They're in the White House. I mean, they're in Congress. They don't really care about the average citizen. It's President Trump that cares about getting Americans off of welfare. It's Trump that cares about getting Americans off of food stamps and off of the streets and into jobs. He cares because he understands what it means when a person is self-actualized, when they're meeting all their needs, and they can contribute positively to the country. They can have pride in the country. He knows what that means. But because he's been an American citizen, he hasn't been a politician his whole life. But it's Nancy and the rest of the Democrats, they don't care.
Now, did you hear the latest deal about Nancy claiming that she's now a victim of her pre-cutting, then ripping the State of the Union speech? She says Trump portrayed her, showing key moments of the heroes who were honored, both black and white. And as I recall, she ripped up the whole speech without saving those parts, and now she doesn't want Trump to have the ability to go on social media and play that. I don't know where I don't remember her cutting out those parts. Do you?
Well, she pre-ripped that.
Yeah.
Pre-ripped the speech. But no, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You can't just go and make this huge scene, this huge theatrical scene, and get the whole world to call you a hero, and then because you realize that there's a lot of backlash and it's actually very anti-American and it's disgraceful and you're pissing off at least half of America, you can't just go and rewrite history. You can't just go and then censor that media, and censor what people see. I'm sorry, it's already out there.
Isn't that illegal? Isn't that material the property of the government? Even if it is a copy of a speech? Isn't that part of the... she's just a custodian of it. It's owned by the government. How can she destroy it and not be accused of a federal crime?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I started my Pelosi for Prison campaign, which is picking up speed, because we have to look into her for her crimes against America. And some of them are crimes like just her betraying the American Constitution and the American way of life and the American people by prioritizing different things besides the things that really matter to Americans, or her negligence in her own district. And other things are real, legitimate, literal crimes, legal crimes. Her ripping up that piece of paper, it's not just a piece of paper. It's the president's speech.
Yeah.
I mean, what part of this whole charade isn't, the obstruction of our government fundamentals and the way it operates that just took us on a 3-year, tax... it's hard for me to even fathom how she can pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but she's been doing it for 38 years, so...
Mm-hmm.
But she's been exposed now.
Well, yeah. Well, certainly DeAnna is doing her job on exposing her and publicizing it. Actually having a plane with the... What did the banner say on the plane?
It says a huge letters, Pelosi for prison. And then in the little smaller letters, sign the petition, pelosiforprison.co. And then you go to pelosiforprison.co, and there's a huge, there's a reasons why she is betraying America and why people should sign it. And a lot of people have signed it. We've got like 7,000 signatures already.
So who's eligible to sign it?
Anyone.
Anybody across the United States. This isn't a California petition to get her ousted.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No. This is anyone over the United States. This is her betrayal of Americans. This is not just the District of San Francisco. Yeah.
So President Trump is retweeting you, and James Woods is ranting about the San Francisco area on your Twitter, and it seems like you're getting some wind in your sails. Are you?
I'm getting a lot of wind in my sails, and we've got less than a month until the primary, if you can believe it. It's March 3rd because they moved it up. So I need even more wind in my sails. But we're getting a lot done. I've gotten a huge boost of support, of followers, of donations, and
good.
We're going to be flying that plane again on Sunday in San Francisco.
Super.
And we're going to do as many things as we can to really get the word out.
That's great, and I tell you what, you're coming out of nowhere, and I know how hard you're working. I know you're always on Twitter pushing your campaign, and it's got to be tough. I know you've had some troubles, so you are right there. I'm very proud to have a couple of brave women like you and Laura Loomer, DeAnna, on my show, because you're much tougher than I am, and I just want to know one thing: when you get elected, are you inviting me up to Washington for your inauguration?
Of course.
All
you
right.
guys will be the first ones to be invited.
Cool.
You helped get me elected.
Oh,
we need to get. You know what the other thing is? There's so many rhinos in the office and around, even in my own district, and in California GOP. There's a lot of rhinos in there. So don't just think because someone claims that they're a Republican that they're not going to be a rhino. And we have really seen that on full display with Mitt Romney, Mitten.
Yeah,
and that's
well,
what I'm up against.
he's a little devious about that, though. I mean, we got through the Senate, okay, I guess. He's a little bit more devious about it. He's not as stupid as he looks, but it's but he is sort of a rhino. All right, how do we have that thing pass in the Senate where 8 Republicans signed it about the war measures? The president has to run it before Congress, even if we get attacked. That's nuts.
Right. That's
terrible. Crazy.
That's
8 Republicans voted for that.
That totally handcuffs him.
Yes, I agree. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute to you like I have?
You have been one of my top supporters and contributors.
Well, thank
you, Dave.
Thank you very much.
You helped pay for the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We paid for the plane, and I didn't even get a ride.
But if you guys want to contribute to the next plane on Sunday, they are expensive, so we'd appreciate any support from your listeners. You can go to my website at DeAnna4Congress.com and my Twitter, DeAnna with the number 4 Congress, and make sure that you say that you found me through the Dave Weinbaum Show. That's important because I want to connect with you in that way. And I
How about
know
that?
You came to Dave Weinbaum.
You're the second interviewer that said that. Elad Hakim said the same thing. Where can I find you? He says right there in the Dave Weinbaum Show. Well, that's very sweet of you and him. All right, you guys talking together or something or what? I don't know what's going on. What's going on here? Hey, I went to a silent auction, but a mime got all the good stuff. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, DeAnna, Lorraine, thank you so much for being a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show. And thank you so much for doing what you're doing to fight this wicked woman and to make California and then America great again.
Thank you so much.
You have a great weekend.
Guys.
There you go. Hey, you even got applause at the end. All right. Thanks a lot, DeAnna. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. Look at that. The West Coast. The East Coast, Steve.
Right.
This
Come
is
on.
amazing.
Unbelievable.
If these women flip Florida and flip California, we're going to go up and we're going to go to the inauguration and we're going to start writing some of the legislation. I know I could do this. I know what the problems are. Don't we need a reform for impeachment? We got to get that out of the daily government. We got to stop that because that's coming up. Now they want to impeach Barr. They're going to impeach. They're going to impeach Trump again. What? It's nuts.
I don't know why they just don't go back to doing the job they were hired for.
because they think this is what they can do to get power back. You see?
Obviously, yeah.
Doing their job is not. That's not what
that's not in their job description once they get elected, is what you're telling me?
It's not in the secret job description.
Unbelievable.
Maybe in the open one that the public reads. I mean, have you seen them really give an effort to do anything other than impeach Donald Trump?
That's what I'm saying. You know, they're getting paid to waste our money, to waste our time, to just make this country as worse as they possibly can, and it's unbelievable.
Okay, do we got number 22?
Number 22.
22.
All right. Yes, we do have number 22 right
Terrific.
here.
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like...
But Snowflake, you know you can't take it. You've got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling.
Or how about this?
As you wish me hell, to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me, spying over me, then you spread your views to the mainstream news.
And timeless memories like...
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan.
Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
Aha. What do you know from funny, you...
All right. We're back. And I've got a caller. I have no idea who this is. Chester, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from north of Doolittle.
How about that? I'm psycho today. I mean psychic.
Yeah. No, you're right the first time.
Yeah, hey.
See, the truth comes out and you don't even know.
I just wanted to chime in a little on Biden's comment, the dog-faced pony soldier.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a combination of several things. Dog-faced soldier is, in fact, the name or the common name for the song of the 3rd Infantry Division. Dog-faced soldier.
Okay.
It's a common term.
Well, did they all look like dogs, or why would they name that?
It's a common term for it's the soldier who's deprived. He's in the mud. He's fighting tough.
Okay.
He's a dog-faced soldier.
So it was an honoring kind of a description.
Yeah. It's not an insult per se.
Well, when you call somebody dog-face, I mean, that.
Yeah, but that's where it comes from. That's one.
He called a 21-year-old woman that.
Yeah. I'm explaining all this. Let me go step.
Well, come on.
I am.
Makes sense.
Stop in second. Oh, wait, I'm quoting Biden. Come on. Okay, second thing is pony soldier is a common old term for, in the cavalry, horse cavalry, pony soldier, nothing unusual. Both lines have been used many times in many Western movies, John Wayne and so on. The problem is that he strung it together from probably several movies together and put it all where it doesn't even make sense. But here's the real problem. The problem is you got to watch the interview or the confrontation.
I did.
He looked at her. He was trying to answer the question. He was almost civil, and then he just blurted it out. It's like Tourette's. He just can't control himself. When confronted with something tough, his first reaction is always to just insult the questioner.
It didn't make sense, but he's done it a number of times to a bunch of different people.
He's doing it all the time.
So
you
he's
are
done.
looking at a guy who is mentally incapacitating.
I
as
think
we're
so.
Watching.
I think so.
Yeah,
and
he should have retired.
Could be the next president of the United States right there.
Vice president, an elder statesman. He would have been very happy, but no, he got himself sucked into this, and he is breaking down in front of our eyes.
Yeah, well,
it's not pretty.
He's toast. You know, could you imagine if Trump had to actually run against him?
I would love.
It would be sad.
I would love to see the debate.
It'd be like watching a puppy dog get squashed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. It would.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for being a star, like your wife was earlier on the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Martin from Edgar Springs.
Now, Martin, you know, I played the song, and I was wondering if that caller was you.
He beat me to the punch.
Well, we're not playing it again, so don't get excited
Thank
here.
you.
We're just not going to do that, but I'm certainly happy that you were listening.
Well, you know, I was going to call you last week. I was driving into Rolla, and some guy started singing on your show, and my entire electrical system just went out, and I had to just go to the shoulder of the road.
Well, who the hell was that? Was that Steve?
I know it wasn't Steve.
Who was it?
I know that Stan is no longer the man. So, you know, I'm sitting here going, and it was, I'm not going to say who it was.
Oh, it was me. Are you trying to be a critic about the way I sing?
Well, it's like everyone says about a behind and a critic. Everybody's got one. They've always got it.
You know, I do that. You know, I do that purposely. I can really sing. All right, I can really sing. I just don't want to have the pressure of having to go out there. You got to sign contracts, and you got to put up with the big crowds and all the groupies. You know, I'm a married guy. I don't want to put up with groupies, right, honey?
Yeah,
I don't want to do
that's
that.
a real threat.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I know what would happen. You know, and
I
so.
didn't know you were that liberal. Man,
Well,
I didn't know you were that liberal.
Who says?
You know that you're
is
even
Ted
fighting
Nugent
against personal
liberal?
law?
Is Ted Nugent liberal? No, they're not all the rock and roll guys are liberal. I don't like the classification of that.
Well, I don't. I'm talking about you inviting a guy to come along with you and your wife on your vacation. That's pretty liberal.
That would have been me, but I won't.
Oh, well, he was just going to carry the bags. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just a bag boy.
Yeah, the bag boy.
I would.
You know, I don't know if I'll be on next week. I'm thinking about that right now. He's going to think about this stuff, and he's going to get pissed off. What did you say? God. Oh, no, I'm in trouble. I know when I'm in trouble.
Just as long as Steve and you are both on, or one of you's on, I'll know you're not doing the Three's Company business.
No, wait a minute. No. Why would you mention that?
Well,
You're a sick man. You are a sick man. You have a sick mind. But you're still eligible for the $35 McDonald's gift card and the backwards MAGA hat.
I've got some important history for you.
Okay,
about
quickly.
the Yom Kippur War of '73.
Yeah, go ahead.
For those who don't know, Yom Kippur is also known in the Bible as the Day of Atonement.
Right.
But that's when the Egyptians attacked, knowing that the Israelis were going to be busy in their most holy holiday of the year. So when they attacked and took over and were successful, it was the first time that an attack from an Arab nation had been considered successful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Israelis counterattacked, but the Egyptians were ready for it because every third or fourth person was carrying an anti-tank type of weapon, and it just literally decimated the amount of Israeli tanks they had.
Yeah.
So in desperation, they called up the United States and they said, "We cannot survive without your help." Now, what most people don't know is that Richard Nixon grew up under Quaker influences, so much so that he didn't even buy a ring for his wife because they didn't believe in jewelry. She bought her own. And his mother turned to him one day when he was going to become president. When he won, she said, "God's put you in this position." And there's going to come a day when the Israelites or the Jews are going to need your help. And no matter what, you help them, and he promised her. And so when he went forward with the idea to help out and to rush over resupplies, including tanks and everything else, he was stopped by the Senate. And there were several Republican senators who, the best way to describe it is, they were anti-Semitic. And they told him, we will stand behind you, but if you give them these weapons and tanks, we will vote to throw you out, and you can say goodbye to your presidency. And he spent a night thinking about it. Next morning, he had them ship him out anyway.
Good.
And that ended him.
Well, that's he wasn't a very good president, but I'll tell you one thing. I know when a guy saves the Jews. All right, listen, my man, I got to get going here. Martin, you have a great weekend. Thank you so much. Insults are okay. You're okay. You can call next week. All right. Next time, focus on Steve, will you? All right. Thanks a lot. See ya.
The new fall guy.
Yeah. There you go. I do this show standing up just in case somebody starts running after me. So I can tell you, I need a head start.
That's right.
All right. So I think we're going to do I think we'll do a break right now because we're starting to get backed up a little bit. So somebody get the plunger. We're backed up. Call the show.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area with a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe. You can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today. 364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Let me ask you something, partner. What are you doing for lunch? Surely you can do better than one of those fast food places or something that comes out of a brown bag. Come on over to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Lunch can be fun, tasty, affordable, and quick. Colton's has a special lunch menu. Steak, chicken, seafood, salad, sandwiches, and our Montana burger. Plus at lunch you get Colton's famous homemade yeast rolls. Now you got lunch plans. At Colton's, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
Windows 7 will go end of life on January 14th, 2020 and become a liability to users. Computers running this unsupported operating system will become vulnerable to data breaches, ransomware, and other security threats. This fraud can cause major inconveniences and recovery costs, along with legal and regulatory liabilities. Call A1 Tecarala LLC at 573-458-9175 before it's too late, and your transition to a supported system will be made easy. 573-458-9175.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
We've got all the news right here.
Hold up. Stop. I know you're out there about to settle on a donut and drive around all sticky-handed, raspberry jelly all over your sensible blouse. Well, this is an intervention, a chicken intervention. Because McChicken biscuits and Chicken McGriddles are now at McDonald's, freshly prepared and available nationwide. So just make that turn, hit the drive-thru, save your favorite blouse, and change your life for breakfast at participating McDonald's for a limited time. It's time to wake up breakfast.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
No response from the Democrat 2020 candidates about this, who claim to care so deeply about such issues.
We need a 21st century Voting Rights Act, so the kind of voter suppression we've seen cannot stand.
We need to repeal every one of the voter suppression laws that is out there right now.
Cowardly Republican governors are trying to suppress the vote. That is an incredibly undemocratic, un-American process.
Voter suppression, voter intimidation, it matters to the Democrats. Don't you think that's pretty intimidating when a van drives through a registration tent? Now, I guess it's possible, but in my opinion, highly unlikely, that anti-Trump rage wasn't at least part of the motivation here. We'll find out more as the days go on. But predictably, the media has barely covered this story at all.
And that was a Trump-deranged person, he's admitted to it, that tried to kill a bunch of people who were under a Trump sign registering voters. So she's right. The Democrats, they're only concerned about people getting to register as Democrats, but not for Republicans. Well, I mean, it's hard to point out. If it wasn't for being hypocritical, you would have no Democratic Party because you wouldn't be able to identify them. Because everything they do is hypocritical. They accuse Trump of doing everything they're doing. And by that, they disqualify everything they say. All right, I think we have a little thing coming up right now, a little interview with Faith Ann Majors. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that, I'd appreciate it. Steve, thank you.
God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for?
To life, L'chaim! To Zeitel, my daughter,
my wife! It gives you something to think about.
Something to drink about. Drink L'chaim!
Faith Ann Majors was once between homes, pregnant, and had a part-time waitressing job. She was abandoned by the father, about 21 years old, wondering what she should do. She happened upon the Pregnancy Resource Center in Rolla, Missouri, and let's listen to how that happened. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Faith Ann Majors. Holy cow. They sure heard that in St. James in Salem, I'll tell you that much. Hey, Faith, you're 24 years old, right?
Yes.
And you've lived such a special life so far. You know, it's worth sharing. Can you tell us about your journey starting when you got pregnant to now?
Yeah, so whenever I became pregnant, I was becoming homeless, and I was a part-time waitress. But I had a lot of goals that I wanted to achieve, and I also wanted to keep my baby, but it felt like I wouldn't be able to achieve those goals with my baby. So it was like a very hopeless, helpless time for me.
Now this probably resonates in a lot of young women's minds.
Yes.
Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so what did
absolutely.
You do?
Well, see, the original plan was to marry my son's dad, and that was going to fix all my problems. I laugh at that now. But he, told me either abort this baby or marry me. And I was like, it was really weird relationship dynamic there. Mm-hmm. So I just felt like I needed to, seek another option. So I went to the Pregnancy Resource Center in crisis, considering aborting my baby. And they, we looked at three options from a very realistic spectrum. We looked at the option of abortion and what that would really look like for me and how I would feel after the fact. We looked at adoption and very realistic, option. But that still didn't set well with me. I mean, it's great for it does happen, but that's not what I felt my baby was meant for. So then we looked at the option of me keeping and parenting my baby and what that would look like. And I knew that was what I was supposed to do. So I was going to do whatever I had to do to make that happen.
Now, how did you know that was what you were supposed to do? Did you have a dream sometime about this?
Yeah, well, a couple years before I became pregnant with my son, I had this crazy dream, a very impactful dream about saving a baby from a flood. And I didn't really understand what that dream had meant or anything until a little after becoming pregnant with my son and moving into St. Raymond's Society, the maternity home for pregnant women and women with small children. It's really more of transitional housing. Because in my pregnancy, it really felt like I was trying to save a baby from a flood. I had a flood of a lot of negative experiences, a lot of hard things to overcome. But in the end, I overcame it.
Okay, so you overcame this flood, and what did you name your baby?
Noah.
Is there a connection there?
At the end of my dream, I had lifted the baby I was trying to save up to the heavens and cried out for Noah to save the baby in his ark. And so throughout my pregnancy, it really felt like I was needing supernatural help. And truthfully, it did take divine intervention for me to be able to keep my baby and do it successfully. So I ended up naming him after Noah from Noah's Ark.
So St. Raymond's, which is also connected to the Pregnancy Resource Center, this happens after your birth. So you didn't just have the baby and they didn't say goodbye, good luck to you. No, they actually set you up in a house with other women of similar situations. And then what did you do? Did you go out and get a job or something, or what? What did you do?
Well, I graduated college. I became a licensed professional. I got a 401k with my career. I became completely debt-free. I started my own business for about a year. There was, oh my gosh, my mind is drawing blank.
Okay, so you told me yesterday, I believe it was, or 2 days ago, you told me you're thinking of a business venture. You care to share that, or you want to keep that under your hat?
Under my hat for now.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. So now let's get on to the Pregnancy Resource Center banquet. You went from being the featured speaker to meeting and discussing life with Vice President Pence to being a table captain now at the PRC. And so tell us about when this is and how people can call you and get an arrangement to sit with you at the banquet.
Okay, so the banquet is March 19th. It starts at 6:30, I believe. It's 5:30.
Yeah.
That's when our seating will begin. And you can sign up for to sit at the banquet at supportmyprc.com.
Okay.
You can also call the office at 573-368-5700. They're closed on Fridays, but you can leave a voicemail. And our featured speaker this year is Ashley Brachter from the movie Unplanned. She was the star role playing as, I forget the name of the author.
Abby Johnson.
Yes,
right.
Abby Johnson.
Who worked for Planned Parenthood and realized how horrible it was to have all these abortions. and she protested and left, and movie was made about her, and it was a big hit.
Yes.
Yeah. So great entertainment. I'm looking forward to that. Hey.
Yes.
So people can find you at that phone number there, and now you're in a salon right now, right?
Yes.
Did you want to give out information? Tell people where they can come and get their hair cut. Of course, I'm out of that because I'm bald.
Right, but I can always use some, furniture polish and give you a little shine.
That was deep. All right, there you go.
So it's 400 East 6th Street in Rolla.
Yeah.
The telephone number to make appointments with me is 573-426-4310. I specialize in men's haircuts, coloring services. I also do nails, and I'll be glad to accept new clients.
Well, that's great. All right, listen to me. I realize that you're a very intelligent young woman. I just wonder if you know this. How do you punish a battery?
Not sure.
Drop the charges.
Drop the charges.
All right, I'll let you think about that.
That sounds like mercy to me.
Okay. Faith, thank you so much for being a star on the Dave Weinbaum Show, and you have a great, great weekend.
Thank you. You too, Dave.
Thanks.
Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Get some wax and give me a shine. Is that what I heard? I just can't believe she said that.
She's shine or buff?
Buff, shine, I don't know.
Head made out of wood.
Head made out, but she does do nails.
Head made out of wood.
I think I'll shock her and go in and have my nails done. My toenails. What do you think, honey?
Yeah, that would shock everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, all right, so
quarantine you.
Okay, we got a couple things to do. Let's see if we've got. Let's see. How about number one? You'll never be number one.
I like the idea of the women's room. You have a door that says women on it, and women come right out of it. What more do you want? Men say to me, where do you meet women? I say, there you go. There's a door. What could be clearer than that? It says women. They got to be in there. The men's room, on the other hand, is a nauseating, disgusting place, and every man in there is a revolting, perverted human slime. Men don't want to meet, relate, or deal with any other man in the men's room. We don't even use our hands. We touch everything with the feet. Toilets, faucets, handles. We become orangutans as soon as we go in that door. They would have put ropes in there so we could swing in, pee, swing out.
You know, what I always say is you're never going to be number one if you insist on being full of number two. Just remember that. All right? That's what the commercial, that Seinfeld bit reminds me of that. Funny stuff, though. Funny stuff. Anyway, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to be right back. Call the show, 573-364-4433. We got these great prizes to give away, $35 McDonald's gift card and an amazing backwards MAGA hat. Hit it, Steve.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their number one hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and non-natural rock band.
Sydney's at 707 North Pine in Rolla invites you in to enjoy their daily lunch specials. And coming up on February 14th and 15th, Sydney's will have a Valentine's special with 16-ounce prime rib and side, only $24.99 each. Or enjoy the AHA tuna loin with sides, only $24.99 per person. Call 426-3707 for reservations. It's recommended. Also, other specials available for the special night this Valentine's. Remember, it's 2 nights, February 14th and 15th. Sydney's 707 North Pine in Rolla. Don't miss the fun.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Los Arcos Mexican Restaurant and Tequila Bar in Rolla offers authentic Mexican food at great prices. Open at 11 a.m. Stop by for lunch or dinner. Lunch specials every day. And don't forget about Margarita Monday. Whether you have a small group, a large party, or you want to carry out, Los Arcos can accommodate. Located at 1212 Highway 72 East in Rolla. Affordable food with margaritas that taste great every time. You know you're dining on the finest ingredients at Los Arcos. Call for reservations at 573-426-4388.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
And this president talked about those American dreams where you watch those Democrats would not even applaud. And worse, what that speaker did, Nancy Pelosi, was more than a temper tantrum. That was an official House document.
Let's go
when the president
after that.
comes in, even if you look at those folders, yeah, those folders, that is a document handed to the president of the Senate, the vice president, and handed it to the speaker. She's the custodian of a House official document. If you tear up a House document, that is a statute. You're creating a felony.
Okay, so you're saying that a prosecutor can actually prosecute her for that statutory violation?
You know, the AG should actually give an opinion, because I asked a question on the floor to the parliamentarian. Was that Nancy Pelosi's document or was that the House document?
Right.
His answer was it was a House document. If you look at the statutes, you cannot destroy official documents of the House.
Well, there it is. That's Kevin McCarthy. He is the minority leader of the House.
Right.
But he's also an ex-prosecutor. They know about this stuff. Hi there. Welcome to the show, Bill from Salem. Did I guess that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What can I do for you today?
It's been a while. I'm sorry. Just been busy, but I do listen to
Wait
the
a minute.
show.
There's no excuse here. You got to be more often. Come on. You got to do it at least every other week. You can't wait 6 months and expect me to remember you.
It's been about 2 months only.
All right.
But no, what I don't get is nobody's bringing up is with the Biden bit. How much is he subject to blackmail if this never came forward from the Ukraine?
Exactly the point. That and the fact that $1.5 billion to Hunter Biden's whatever account in this fake investment scheme from the Chinese. And then we got the Iraq deal. He's got his whole family living off of taxpayer. This is all taxpayer money. So they give him $5 billion. They get a $1.5 billion back in the form of an investment, quote unquote. And guess what? This is, if you understand anything about how organized crime works, well, that money goes, it doesn't stay at the bottom. It goes, they got to put up some money at the top. I feel like I'm doing a Sicilian moment here, but I know how that works. So then you got to ask, what was Hillary's cut? What was Obama's cut? What was Kerry's cut? Go ahead.
I live 3 blocks from the Hill, so I know how that stuff works.
Yeah, you Canettos? You go to Canettos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know getting into Tussies.
I know Frank. I know Frank, and I knew his dad, Vince.
Yeah, it's good to know them as nicely as you can know them people.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're nice people. Anyways, what else you got for me? I got to get going here pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was it. I was just saying, not too many people is brought up. There's just saying this, that, and it's like, Biden's were subject to blackmail.
Yeah. Oh, sure. So you think like that? So are you Italian?
Yeah.
So So tell me, I'm Jewish. I'm here as a witness protection program. Are you down there as a witness protection program too?
No, I just Scott Irish or Scott Italian, and just try to stay away from that stuff.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for your call, Bill. I appreciate that. And I'm not sending anyone out to look for you. Don't worry about that, okay? You just don't tell anybody about me either, okay? We got sort of like a pact there, brother. All right, thank you. Call the show more often, though. Seriously. All right, we're back, and do we have anything else? Yes, we do, don't we?
Oh, you got, let's see, where are we at?
I've got 23.
23?
Yeah, hit it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
That's right. Wine bomb, wine bomb, wine bomb, wine bomb, wine bomb. I don't know how they knew my name back then.
Right on.
Isn't that incredible?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. That was 23, huh?
No, that actually was the one before that, which would have
that's all right.
been, yeah. We were a little behind on that one. So.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah,
all right.
That was
back on the show, and I think
right.
we're going to take our last and final break. And Lisa now is putting the cards, the little pieces of paper with your names on it, and how exciting. We're going to get a drum roll when Steve gets around to it after the break. So call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community born, community raised, community serving.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
I believe we're going to get accountability. I believe Durham's going to get to the full story. You see what the president is doing. I've been saying for a long time that the National Security Council that's there at the White House, 400 and some people, he would be best to take all of those people, ship them across the Potomac, quarantine them, get them the hell away from the White House, because we know that a lot of the leaks for the last 3+ years have been coming from that National Security Council. So the president really needs to only have Trump appointees that are close to him in the White House, because we know they're talking to the media. And look, that's really what's caused this problem, Maria. It's been the media. The legacy media in this country, they're not doing their jobs. This whole Russia hoax and Ukraine hoax, they were in on it from the very beginning.
Yep. And that's the guy that has, he's got it all, you know. All right, we're ready to pick a winner here. So listen in now. I'm not going to say this for the next 5 minutes, because we're still going to take callers, and we still have plenty to do on the show. But can we have a drum roll, please, honey? You want to announce it? No. You want to announce it?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is
Chester from north of Doolittle.
Yay! No applause. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry about it. All right, let's do the first and second extra, and we'll still take calls. So call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Mit a primer. The transcript of the telephone call, which no one expected the president would release, is the corpus. It is the body of the alleged wrongdoing. Anything before, after, around it is irrelevant and immaterial. What was said in that conversation is what acquits or convicts the president. Curious, you use Bolton as an excuse to convict when you don't even know what he's going to say, and when the prosecutors haven't even made out a prima facie provable case. Mr. Wannabe, did you ask or even wonder why the Democrat House managers didn't subpoena Bolton? When the prosecution doesn't present evidence that you want, and you don't have the slightest idea what that evidence might be or whether it's even relevant, you want to use that nothing burger to convict the president of the United States? Are you stupid, too? She, number one, is objecting to the fact and demanding that Facebook take down clips of her ripping up the speech, interspersed with the president introducing the American success stories. I mean, it's so symbolic, her tearing up the speech. It's like they are trying to shut down the rights, First Amendment rights, and then she wants to tell Facebook to shut it down because she doesn't look right. It doesn't represent her properly. Has that woman lost her marbles or what?
There you go. There you go.
I don't know what she's been doing, but it gives you a very great contrast for the upcoming race for presidency. It's about socialism versus freedom. Look at this, what this president's been able to do by giving all the Americans greater freedom. The economy grows, our military stronger. You have greater growth everywhere you look, but they want to have more control. They want to have control over the internet. They want to have control over your lives. And they got Bernie Sanders, a socialist, about to become their nominee.
All right, back on the show, and we've got 3 minutes roughly.
Yeah, about 2.5.
2.5 minutes, and I think that's the last extra I'm going to play. I've got 5 more or so? Wow, or 4 more? I don't know what I got, but I always like to over prepare. I mean, I got tons of stuff to talk about. Let's talk about something important, though. Did you realize that baseball is now in spring training, and that we have fall football, the Triple XL League, and we also have the NBA, we got college hoops, we got hockey, and we got golf. You know, Tiger Woods now fighting to become the most winningest golfer ever. The coronavirus, very bad. At least in China, they are reporting 64,000 cases. That's a big increase. The question is, how did this start? Did it start with they were eating bats or some kind of other meat that was bad, or was this from a WMD laboratory where they were trying to invent this as a weaponized disease? And did it go bad? That's what I want to know. And there's a lot of people in Congress that are saying the same thing, that this just might have been an experiment gone bad. So Jesse Smollett indicted. Okay, he's indicted. He tried to scam